GamingBolt presents 15 enemies you found too cute to kill, but you murdered them eventually. Video games have always been filled with enemies to kill, horrible monsters out to eat you, or ruthless mercenaries holding your loved ones captive. The central axiom of many games is that these enemies need to die and you're the one to do it. Sometimes though, the enemies you're presented with are much cuter than the average monster, and require some hesitation before you slice them in half or jump on their heads. It should be noted that the Portal 2 entry in this list includes a spoiler, so if you somehow manage to avoid learning the ending of Portal 2 all this time and you still want to play the game fresh, we recommend that you skip that entry. Slimes, Dragon Quest. Slimes are a variety of enemy that could easily be an emoji. Basically a water droplet with a smiley face, they're hardly bone-chilling. They're one of Dragon Quest's standout enemies, and they lend an air of personality to the game, cementing their face as a fan favourite. Still, no matter how much you like them, they still need to be killed from time to time in order to progress in the game. GOOMBAS, Super Mario Bros. GOOMBAS have been with Mario since the beginning, and are some of the first enemies that you encounter in the game. The grumpy little mushroom monsters are pretty adorable, and it actually isn't required that you kill them. Still, there is a certain level of satisfaction that comes from watching them flip off of the screen, and I'm sure we've all killed our fair share. BUNDT, Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG pits you against an actual cake, though strangely it isn't a bundt cake but a wedding cake. BUNDT is one of Super Mario RPG's bosses and comes to life when Mario interrupts the wedding of Booster and Princess Toadstool. The cake is pretty cute, and defeating it depends upon blowing out its candles, but if you want to move on in the game, then you'll need to render it into crumbs. GIZA Rabbit, Final Fantasy XII. The GIZA rabbits are adorable little puffballs that wander the Giza plains in the dry season. Relentlessly good intentioned, they can throw a wrench into your battle plans by attempting to heal other creatures or enemies if they notice those creatures dropping below a certain health threshold. Battles can go horribly sideways if these little do-gooders are allowed to persist, so it's best to eliminate them early, difficult as it may be. The Shy Guy, Super Mario 64. The Shy Guys are a long-standing species of troublemaking enemies that have shadowed Mario since Super Mario Bros. 2. No one's sure exactly what they look like since they never take their masks off due to their extreme shyness. Shy Guys, like many Mario enemies, will kill you by walking into you, but can easily be dispatched by being picked up and thrown into the abyss. DANTINI, CROC, Legend of the Gobbos. The DANTINI are a species of wretched little monsters and are CROC's primary foe, as well as the most numerous underlings of Baron Dante. They come in a wide variety of forms, but like just about everything in CROC, they're unbearably cute. You won't have any choice in killing them though. The DANTINI will attack you relentlessly until tail slapped to death, so it's best to just get on with it. JIGGLYPUFF, Pokemon. Jigglypuff is among the most recognizable and cutest Pokemon. It's basically a furry balloon with cat ears and tiny T-Rex arms. When you do kill one, it will instantly make you feel like a terrible person by deflating until flattened. Still, if one ambushes you in the tall grass, you'll have no choice, and it'll be well worth it when you level up your own Pokemon. WHEATLEY, Portal 2. WHEATLEY, your trusting friend and companion, the only thing keeping you safe from GLaDOS as you navigate the Aperture testing facility. It really is too bad that he goes crazy and starts trying to kill you. WHEATLEY's banter is on par with the game's other villain, and he's a lovely robot to chat with as you explore the facility and solve puzzles. Unfortunately, you'll have to kill him if you want to survive, but that moment is one of the best in gaming history. Cats, BattleBlock Theatre. BattleBlock Theatre is populated by a score of square, blocky, sentient cats that capture the game's protagonists and force them to do theatre. The whole game is pretty cute and the cats are no exception. Still, you'll be forced to kill a few if you hope to escape. GACTUAR, Final Fantasy 15. Cactuars are among Final Fantasy's strangest enemies. Little cactus men forever trapped in the same position, Cactuars are rare enemies. If you do manage to find one, you'll want to kill it, as they yield excellent experience. Doing so isn't easy though. as they'll use their unnatural speed to try and escape from you, even as they pepper you with needles. Frogget Undertale. Many of Undertale's enemies are beyond cute, and the game doesn't require that you kill any of them. Still, Frogget is an example of one enemy that's both cute and worthy of murder. Cute and annoying are two sides of a very narrow line, and Frogget plops his little frog bod right down in the middle of that line. Murder or spare, it's your choice. Boo, Super Mario Bros. Boo is the kind of ghost that tries to be scary and just really isn't. Though he will kill you, his grin is just too much, and his teeth look more like a dental emergency than the fangs of a monster. He can't even bear to be looked upon and will cover his eyes to hide if you do. Boos can't be killed unless you're equipped with a hammer suit, a Koopa shell, or Starman. Otherwise, you'll need to book it past them and stare them down in order to survive. Ghosts, Pac-Man. The ghosts in Pac-Man are a similar case to the Boos of Mario. They're adorable representations of the classic monster, and they'll murder you if they're allowed to touch you. The tables can be turned though, and eating a big coin will make them vulnerable, allowing you to swallow them whole and send their essence back to the central jail. Timing your murderous rampage is the key to success in Pac-Man, and if you kill all the ghosts, you'll buy yourself some much needed time to grab as many coins as you can. King Dedede, Kirby series. King Dedede is the self-proclaimed king of Planet Popstar, though nobody seems particularly interested in his proclamations. Dedede follows Kirby throughout the series, serving as the principal antagonist, and though you'll surely be brought to blows with him from time to time, it's safe to assume that he'll appear in the next Kirby title, an omnipresent pseudo-threat. Koopa Troopers, Super Mario. Koopa Troopers are the primary enemy of the Super Mario series, and are among its most iconic creations. The humanoid turtle monsters can be found in every game, plodding towards you, or sliding around on their frictionless shells to try and knock you into the abyss. They're among gaming's cutest enemies, but that hasn't stopped anyone from using their corpses as projectiles. And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for checking us out.